Could you share with us why this case actually took some time since the accused were first charged in 2016? And why did the prosecution decided to charge the female employer under culpable homicide? Thank you.
All three accused persons, Gaiyathiri, her mother, and her husband, were charged in August 2016, shortly after Ms. Piang passed away. Gayathiri's matter has taken some time, my understanding, because it's a complex homicide case, large number of offenses. In fact, 115 charges have been preferred. Lots of CCTV footages were looked at in formulating the charges. And there were numerous psychiatric assessments undertaken by different experts from IMH, as well as experts engaged by the defense in order to assess the mental state of Madam Gaiyathiri at the time of the offense. Psychiatric assessments took considerable time. They were only completed in April 2020. Everyone is entitled to a fair trial, and if they want a proper psychiatric assessment and they get their experts, you have to look at it before the matter can be brought to court. And the evidence was gathered. Normally, it's not easy in such cases because there is no independent evidence. The foreign domestic worker has passed away, and you will only have the word of the people who are accused or related family members. Nevertheless, because of the very thorough work that was undertaken and the availability of the TV cameras, the evidence that was put forward, and with the assessment of the psychiatric evidence, both prosecution and defense, Madam Gaiyathiri decided to plead guilty to a charge of culpable homicide. She was originally charged for murder. In fact, I was informed by Chambers that AG personally directed that, this case was so egregious. If possible, we should go for the highest possible charges. The first charge was actually intentional murder, for which, the death penalty would have been the possible punishment. But because of the evidence that was available, it was then brought down to culpable homicide under Section 304A of the Penal Code. That is extremely serious, and as we know, prosecution is asking for life sentence, whereas defense is saying 14 years. Cases of maid abuse in the normal situation, I don't seek to normalize maid abuse, but in the cases that have come up more frequently, it would be under voluntarily causing hurt or voluntarily causing grievous hurt. But AG personally pressed for this to be the highest possible charge. I want to be restrained in my comments. In Madam Gayathiri's case, she has admitted to the facts, she has pleaded guilty, but the sentencing has been adjourned. Her husband, the police officer Chalvam, and Gayathiri's mother are both facing charges. Cases haven't been heard yet. So we need to be careful in what we say because their cases have not been disposed of. But I do want to register the following. The facts admitted in court by Madam Gaiyathiri when she pleaded guilty show extreme inhumanity, extreme cruelty. I am sure I speak for many Singaporeans when I express our complete abhorrence at what happened. What was done to Madam Piang, the foreign domestic worker, was terrible, completely unacceptable. In fact, none of these words describe adequately what actually happened to her. She was tied up, burnt with heated iron, denied food, hit repeatedly, and more. She was starved and beaten to death. The bestiality of the conduct is shocking. And you go back to history of people, history of countries. Ordinary people are capable of extreme evil and evil lurks in people who seem ordinary. And it doesn't occur only in faraway places, and people don't walk around with clear indicators that show this person is evil. When this evil is encouraged as part of the state system, then you get what happened in Nazi Germany, which was described by Hannah Arendt as the banality of evil. The point I make is that people who seem ordinary are capable of extraordinary evil. And there are two pillars in any society to keep evil in check. One is education. Two, we need rule of law to keep such evil in check. The law has to come down with full force when the rules are broken. Madam Gayathri's husband is a police officer. We need, and thankfully we have, a system where it doesn't matter who you are, police officer, civil servant, or man in the street. If the investigation shows that you ought to be charged, you will be charged, and you will face the full weight of the law. Shalvam has been suspended from police duties since August 2016, 3 days before he was charged. He is facing 5 charges for voluntarily committing hurt against a domestic helper. Second, using criminal force. He is alleged to have hit the domestic worker's shoulders with a toy bat. He is charged with causing disappearance of evidence. He is alleged to have removed the CCTV system from the crime scene. He is also charged for providing false information. The verbal statement he gave to the IO about the CCTV removal is said to be false. And an abetment to VCGH charge. The allegation is that he abetted his wife to illegally basically not give enough food to the Ms. Piang for no less than 35 days. As I said, the charges have not been tried. He has not been tried for the charges yet. These are the charges. There is always a presumption of innocence, and the matter will have to be dealt with in court. But the point is, police officer or not, the law will take its course. After the criminal proceedings in court are over, he will face disciplinary proceedings regardless of the outcome of trial, because whatever happens at the trial, the police have their own internal set of proceedings, and disciplinary proceedings will be commenced.